There are some people who are not regulated, who are not allowed to do this, but still doing it in Canada. It's illegal, it's a crime. You get 2 years in prison and up to 100,000 penalty for it, and you mess up people's life.
Hello, Liver Harvest Tribe, and welcome back to Season 7. Today, we're going to be diving into immigrants in Canada. For me, it seems like everyone's moving to Canada these days, so I brought in an expert to tell you why. Today, I'm talking with Syn Amanuel. She is a certified immigration consultant in Canada, and she's also specialized in helping immigrants and refugees. So we're going to be learning a lot since she also has personal experience as a refugee from Eritrea. Hey, Syn, thanks for joining us today. I know you had to get up a little bit early, but thanks for coming.
No worries. Thank you for having me, Gaby.
After 15 years of doing volunteer work, you decide to become a licensed professional in that field. What made you take that step?
It was not planned for sure. The social worker who was helping us settle was telling me from the beginning I should study, I should be a social worker, I should be a case worker, I should be in that area because we went through trying everything, doing everything by ourselves. For my siblings, for my brothers, I did their application to come to Canada. For my husband, I did the application myself. I didn't even know there was a professional place where you could go and do the application. I like filling forms anyway, so I was doing that and it was easier at that time. Then I started volunteering with SIWA, Calgary Immigrant Women Association, and when I was in Hamilton with other organizations, wherever there is a newcomers, either a translator or helping them with the forms, I was volunteering. It became too much when I had this full-time job. I had a family, then kids came. I have 2 kids. I had a dream. I never thought I would do it, but I had a dream. If I was getting paid to do the immigration stuff I was doing, I would leave my full-time job. But it's illegal in Canada to charge anyone for immigration work for any type of forms. Unless you are regulated, unless you have your license, you cannot charge. And my younger brother, his name is Timothy. He's the one who actually pushed me and said, figure out how to get a license, figure out how to upgrade your education. So I did that. And now here we are. I think this is my 7th or 8th year. I left my full-time job to do this. So it's a dream job to actually do this and get paid. I see the end result from the beginning to the end. I see family getting reunification. Some people think I did that. I have all kind of gifts when they come and they say, oh, thank you, we did this. No, Canada did it. I just did the forms. I'm not a lawyer. When you are a consultant, we only learn about Canadian immigration law and we could only practice immigration law. When I go to IRB, to other small courts with immigration case, that's where the confusion comes. I cannot represent a client at the federal level, but other than that, we do what the immigration lawyer does. It's a bit cheaper to use a consultant than a lawyer. And without exaggerating, I think we know consultant will know more than a lawyer in some fields because that's all we do. Immigration law is all we do. There are some people who are not regulated, who are not allowed to do this, but still doing it in Canada. It's illegal, it's a crime. You get 2 years in prison and up to 100,000 penalty for it, and you mess up people's life. People might be impressed with the office, with how the person present themselves, but if they are not regulated immigration consultant, they shouldn't do this job. And immigration knows forms, it clearly asks, did anybody help you do this? A friend, a family member, a community worker, a volunteer couldn't help you, then they say, yes, somebody helped me, put the name of that person. And the next question is, did you pay this person? The minute you say you paid it, then you will ask the regulation number. They cannot write it. So those who are doing fraud, the way they put it is, nobody helped me, I did this myself. So when they find similar wording everywhere from non-related people, then they have a pool, they put it together, then they start questioning it. I am against this fraud and I make YouTube videos and stuff to educate the public how dangerous these things are, how they could save themselves from being a victim of scam.
Yeah, that actually goes to my next question because you have a large following on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Let me check the number. It was over 27,000 subscribers you have on YouTube with videos about immigration in Amharic and Tigrinya. So again, it's just like you're in a field that's in demand. Why did you decide I need to do community interviews in Amharic and Tigrinya? I need to have my own channel. What made you decide that was an important part of what you do?
Education, because our community, they go by hearsay. You have no idea how many people are scammed. I'm not talking about someone you never met online and they take your money from your bank. No. people who you know them, you know their face, they are in the community, they are Habesha, they speak your language, they still trick you and it's in thousands of dollars. Some people back home are very desperate. So it's easy to find people who are desperate, who will do anything. That desperation creates an environment for those who are in this market. And when it's somebody from your community who speaks your language, we are naive, so we think that's the right thing to do. So that's my first reason. The second one is we get a lot of calls at the office when they book appointment for a consultation. Usually there is a 3 weeks or 1 month wait period. Then when I talk to them, they have this very simple question. I don't want them to pay and wait 3 weeks for that. So I have a website. The website is in our language as well, in Amharic and Tigrinya. This generation, they rather hear than read. I'm more in the refugee and family class and visitor application. That's what I do most of the time. So I have videos about them, like what's 1 year window application, what is group 5, who is a refugee, who is a sponsor, to be a sponsor, what they have to do. So when they call, the reception picks up phone and she asks them, okay, what I want to talk to Syn. Okay, what is it about? What do you want to talk about? Then when they tell her, she will send them the link. Watch this video first. You will find your answers. If you don't, then come back. So that's how I give back to the community, at least for them to know without paying, without waiting, to get the basic information. I wish I had more time to actually post more videos and more often. I do it, I don't know, maybe one video every 2 months, unless there is a crisis like what's happening in Sudan or Ethiopia. I plan to publish or to post more videos, educational videos about the programs we have to immigrate to Canada.
Yeah, that's an excellent thing. It's actually how I found you on LinkedIn, and the fact that it's available in Tigrinya and Amharic. It's hard to search something on Google, especially about immigration in those languages, that isn't fraudulent. So thank you for filling that space.
My pleasure.
As we're talking about this, marketing and taxes are the two things that I see really destroy small businesses because they're not ready for that.
Yes.
They might be perfect, excellent at their job, but they can't handle those two things. So how have you been able to, I guess, last this long?
At the beginning, I didn't pay myself, to be honest. So my husband was working full time, so his income sustained us. You have to go one step backward to jump a big hole. So that's how we did it. I lasted a couple months, 2 months maybe, working on my own, picking the phone, doing the forms. Then some people even phone to ask direction how to get to the office while I am with the client. So I couldn't do everything, and I couldn't afford to hire a secretary. But that's it. I rather pay the secretary and get the people a good customer service. Marketing was easy because I was volunteering for the past whatever 15, 11 years before that anyway. So people knew me. The only difference is I had to tell them we have a fee now. It was free before, now we charge. That was the only switch. Even in my head, it was very hard. The first secretary I had, she's very good. She helped me how to ask fee for the service they were getting. There is a reception room. I have my own office, so no one could get to the office. They go through her and she does the assessment. There are clients that we don't take. I will give you the extreme example. He paid for consultation. He waited for 3 weeks. Then he's sitting here and he's telling me, oh, so I married my cousin. So I want to sponsor my cousin. What's the process? How do I do it? And I'm like, is it a real marriage? Is it legit? I'm telling you, she's my cousin. I'm like, yeah, in our culture, there are religion that allows you to marry your cousin. And he's like, no. And I said, okay, sorry, I cannot help you. And it's like, why? He said, I am in this office, in this position to do only legal things, legit things, that my license allow me to do only legit things. So I cannot help you. He said, yeah, you want only legal document, right? I have legal marriage certificate. What else do you need? So you do legal things? Yeah, I give you legal marriage certificate. I'm like, so, okay, are we going to tell that to the immigration? We have a legal certificate. This is all you guys need, but she is my cousin. Are we telling them that to the Canadian immigration? He said, no, why would I tell them that? And I say, I am one of them. He's like, yeah, but you're Habesha, you're my sister. That's why I'm telling you this openly. I'm like, yes. And this is why I'm telling you openly. This is not the right way to do it, and you should not do it. And he say, okay, what do you advise me? I said, divorce her. There are other ways to come to Canada. He said, but it takes 2 years. If I do the family class, if I sponsor it as my wife, it only takes 1 year. Okay, I'll tell you the consequence. Say she's 20 years old. You do this process. I will not help you. I will not do this. If you go ahead and sponsor her as your wife, it's your first marriage for both of you. You are not going to publish it in social media and everything. And they have a way of knowing that this is not the real marriage. So you won't convince them. It will get rejected. Once it's rejected, you could appeal and go to the IRB, to the higher court. Then you go there, you argue more, you present more case, but it takes another year and a half to do that. Say you win, when she comes. By the time she has to repeat her medical, there's a lot of expense. Even to go to the court, it's around 5,000. And the first time you paid around 2,000-3,000 for medical, for background check and all that. You have to redo it again because it only works for 12 months. So he did all that. It cost him 8,000. Then she came 3 years later, theoretically. So she's 23 years old by the time she comes. This is a fake marriage. Say she has her own boyfriend. She has somebody that she wants to get married back home. Because she came through the marriage process, she has to wait. She could divorce him the next year, the next day. But she has to wait 5 years to actually go and get married and bring her own spouse. To sponsor her own spouse, because she came through family class, is 5 years difference. The same for him. If he wants to divorce this one and remarry and get another person, he has to wait that long. So this person, she's 23 already. She waited 5 more years to bring her own real husband. She will do the process. They will reject her the first time because she came and divorced him right away. By the time she actually is with her real husband and start a family, she's 30 years old. Why? To just save 1 more year. I'm very straightforward. I tell them I don't give wrong hope. I don't give false hope. If it's going to take 5 years, I tell them from the beginning, this is how long, and the chances they have to win and all that. So straightforward in their own language.
Why is it important to not just learn the language of the country, whether that's English, German, or Swedish, but to be proficient in it? How has that helped you?
It's not only the language. Yes, language helps, but learning the language is first thing. To communicate, to get through things, you have to know the language. So once you know the language, merge to the community. Maybe volunteer. My community is shy. They don't ask. They don't ask strangers. They ask each other and they might not get the right answer. So ask the native people, ask the local people, and you don't have to lose your identity to build the new identity. Just pick whatever is good from here, from there. There is a speech that the judge gives in the ceremony when you became Canadian, and that's what they tell you. There is a good thing in every culture. What makes Canada the best is we collect the good things, the good culture and things from each country, and we become the best. Pick and choose whatever good is in your culture, in your identity. Add something new, some good ones. Once you do that, then you are a little bit stable. Once you are a little bit stable, start giving back. Pay it forward, then you will see it. If I can do it, they can do it. I didn't think I would be here. It's reachable. Just have a goal, maybe one step at a time.
Yeah, that's excellent advice, especially to combine things. You might have Tim Hortons in the morning and have injera for dinner. One thing that I've heard recently that has really helped me a lot, if you're feeling stuck right here, as you said at the beginning, in many countries, we don't think about tomorrow. We're just thinking about what do I need for today? If you're planning, you need to think, what can I get done this year, this decade? And that will help you to think a little bit bigger. You still need to plan for today, tomorrow, this week, but don't forget to also have bigger dreams than you can get done in this week, just a reminder.
That's the best way to put it, actually, Gaby.
Well, Syn, this has been an awesome conversation. Can you tell us where are these amazing places where we can find your videos and your information? I mentioned you're on LinkedIn and YouTube, but please tell us the name of your channels.
My company is called Selamta, which means, when you direct translate it, it's peace. But we use it for greetings in Amharic and Tigrinya. So Selamta Immigration Services, that's the name of the website. My Facebook profile is Selamta Canada. My YouTube is Syn Amanuel. LinkedIn, Syn Amanuel too. I use Facebook a lot, YouTube and LinkedIn. That's where I am. That's where most people find me.
Okay. Yeah, those are solid choices, especially for the Habesha community. So good choices. So everyone, thank you so much for staying with us until the end. I hope you got something, even if you're not an immigrant, just to be thinking about, okay, how can I be happy with where I am now, but still plan for something better in the future? So, as always, this is GabyV for Clever Hybrids, and we'll see you in the next one.